Hey everybody, welcome back to the Thinking Crypto channel, your home for cryptocurrency news and interviews. Well, my friends, Bitcoin closed the week very strong with a really nice green candle. Are we going to see the continuation of an uptrend this week? I want to break it down why I think so, because we're seeing narratives being laid. Tom Brady's tweeting about Bitcoin again. You have very bullish news happening, and then certain mainstream media sites are turning very bearish. So that is, a signal where you do the opposite because that's information for the masses, right? But you and I know better. We understand the market. We are well researched. I also want to talk about Honduras could potentially follow El Salvador's move and announce they're making Bitcoin a legal tender. This is not confirmed, but there's reports coming out, and it's certainly not far-fetched because I think we're going to see a lot of Central American and South American countries follow El Salvador's move. Also, is Cardano about to do an ADA token burn? I want to share what Charles Hoskinson is saying. And then Gary Gensler gets called Elizabeth Warren's pet by the Fox Business and New York Post. This is this is funny. I got to share it with you guys, but more pressure, more bad PR for Gensler and the SEC, which obviously we know they're going after crypto very from a draconian standpoint. And there's a bunch of other adoption news I want to share with you guys. Before we get there, please go ahead and hit the thumbs up button, leave a comment below, and hit the subscribe button if you're new here. It helps support the channel and it doesn't cost you anything. If you're listening on a podcast site, please give me a 5-star rating. Guys, quick word from our sponsor, and that is TaxBit, which is the leading tax service provider in the crypto industry. This is a service I've been using for years. It makes my life so easy to calculate my crypto gains and losses. I connect my crypto exchange accounts. It pulls the data out, it spits out the forms. Easy peasy. And they are actually integrated into many exchanges directly. So TaxBit is a service I highly recommend. I'm using them for my taxes again this season. So it just years ago, I used to do this on spreadsheets. Now TaxBit makes my life so much easier, guys. So if you'd like to learn more, check out the link in the description. Now let's look at the market. Bitcoin seeing a little bit of a pullback, nothing too crazy, just 1.45% down from a 24-hour perspective, which is fine. Bitcoin and the altcoins were actually pumping this past few days or the week, I should say. Things have been up. I've been swing trading. I swung trade like Avalanche, made some nice profits there. And I know some of you have been asking for a video about how I swing trade. I will definitely do that. So stay tuned. But here's, I think, the bullish news, my friends. Look at the green candle on the Bitcoin weekly chart. Very strong close. So can we expect this upward trend to continue and we head into Bitcoin's retracement? I personally think so. Now, obviously, this is not a guarantee or certainty, right? Because no one can predict the future. But I'm looking at market cycles and I'm also looking at narratives, guys. We see Tom Brady's tweeting about Bitcoin. We see some of the mainstream articles are coming out very bearish, saying like, you're going to lose all your money if you invest in crypto. Those are bottom signals, in my opinion. And I'm saying this from experience, being in the market since 2016. So what we're looking for, guys, is that upward trend, similar to what we saw in the summer of 2021, where around July, Bitcoin found its bottom and then started forming and printing green candles on a weekly standpoint. It actually had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 weekly green candles in a row. So I'm hoping that is the case, and looks like it would take us into April, where Bitcoin's price retraces to the 55, 58K range. And then you have alt season, guys. And I'm ready for alt season. I'm ready for some alts to pop off. Now, once again, this is not guaranteed, but just what we're seeing, as far as market cycles and the charts, guys. And right now, on the price chart, we're seeing a forming of a very weak green candle. So that's good. And we'll see how things continue. And if we get some big news tomorrow and sometime this week. Now, here's BTC Fuel was a great analyst, highlighted that strong weekly close from Bitcoin. So looking very bullish. And Matthew Hyland, who does some great analysis, said if Bitcoin can successfully break $42,600, it will likely head up to the $46,000 area. If it gets rejected here, then the 40.3K area, which was previous resistance, would have to be used as support again. So we shall see what happens. My hope is that it does break that 42.6K support there. And then heads up to 46K. And obviously we want to see the retracement continue once again to 55 to 58K, at which point I will be taking profits and for Bitcoin, and then waiting for alts, and then taking profits as alts start popping off. And once again, we started seeing this week some alts going nuts following Bitcoin's move. Obviously, we want higher prices, but good to see the momentum starting. Now, Willy Woo, great on-chain analyst, had the following to say, guys. He said, we're likely seeing the first signs of the last cycle thesis playing out. 3 relatively short bull and bear markets have transpired since the 2019 bottom, i.e., no more 4-year cycles. Now, this is a strong thesis, in my opinion, and it is a thesis. It doesn't mean it's guaranteed. It doesn't mean Willie is right, but I know he studies these things. This is what he does on a daily basis, and he's been doing it for a long time. So what he's essentially saying is that these 4-year cycles are breaking, and due to institutional money and a lot of capital and a lot of adoption, more liquidity, we're not going to see those bloody bear markets that we saw, for example, in 2018, 2019, 2020. We're going to see more short-term bear cycles. So kind of what we lived through last year, and even what we saw over the past 3 to 4 months, right? These downward trends, but they don't go to extremely low. Now, I hope that's the case, because I don't want to wait 4 years, right, guys? I'm sure many of us as well who've lived through that. And look, Bitcoin has been highly correlated, and the crypto market highly correlated to the stock market. So I think Willie has a point here, but at the end of the day, we'll have to wait and see how things play out. None of this is guaranteed, but I think it's a strong case, and I hope that's the case. It breaks the 4-year cycle and shows that we've kind of crossed over a new chasm, so to speak. And the Bitcoin halving is not so much a driver of the bull markets, right? Rather, it's adoption on all fronts, government and with corporates and in institutional players and so forth. Now, there's a report, my friends, coming out that Honduras to announce Bitcoin as legal tender 1 year after El Salvador did the same. So see what I'm talking about here? This is from March 18th, just a couple days ago, and obviously not confirmed. This is not confirmed. I just want to make sure you guys hear me out on this. But it is not far-fetched to think this is possible and could happen. I can imagine the president of El Salvador has been speaking to a lot of other Latin American countries, and a lot of them could benefit from Bitcoin and crypto, just like El Salvador did. And remember, El Salvador is about to launch their volcano bond, guys. So I think we're seeing some narratives, some big news dominoes being set up here, and these could be catalysts to drive the price up, right? So I think we're going to get ready for a pump. I think we'll see possibly Honduras or another country do this. But guys, look at what's happening. I mean, I came into the market in 2016. Some of you came in 2016, 2017. Crypto is no longer a fad or thought of as a joke. This is real. This is what's going to drive a lot of economic growth in many countries. It is amazing what is taking place. And regardless of if the United States and other world powers, superpowers adopt crypto or not, or make Bitcoin a legal tender rather, I think these smaller countries, which if a number of them, a handful of them start doing this, it's very bullish for crypto. Remember, it's different use cases, right? I don't see the United States necessarily needing to make Bitcoin as legal tender, but these other countries may need to, because they don't have the economic power or the economic growth. So they're going to jump on this train faster than maybe the larger countries, right? We've seen this with different adoption of technology and so forth. Now, here, remember I mentioned Tom Brady, and we're just seeing him talk about crypto all of a sudden. He's tweeting at Vitalik saying, you don't know me, but I'm a big fan of yours, and yada, yada. Thank you for everything you built in the world of crypto. Guys, I don't think this is just for fun. Tom is just doing this for fun. Remember, he has skin in the game. He's a sponsor and he has shares in FTX crypto exchange. So put two and two together here. Narratives being laid. And remember, he's got huge following. What 2.5 million people following him, and obviously well-known, right? One of the well-known, most popular athletes in the world. Now, look at this, my friends, from a few days ago. This was released by New York Times. The title of this article is "The Latecomer's Guide to Crypto." Now, you may say, Tony, why the hell are you showing us this? Guys, this is not for you and I who've been here and bought the dip and early adopters. This is for the masses. Mass education, mass awareness, mass marketing happening on all fronts. You have the companies themselves buying Super Bowl ads and billboard and TV and yada, yada, right? You have the media now getting on board, writing about crypto, talking about crypto. Just last week, I reported to you guys, if you saw that respective video or listened to the podcast, Bloomberg Crypto launched their official TV segment or whatever it is, where they were writing about it before. Now they're doing video content. Why are they doing that? Because crypto is getting adoption. There's more eyeballs, more interest. It's amazing what's happening. So I'm not going to read through this, obviously, but here's the sub headline. Crypto is a lot of things, including terribly explained. We're here to clear things up. Oh man, guys, I'm so bullish. I don't care what the short-term price is. I see mass adoption on the horizon and higher prices and the opportunity to make significant money. All right. Fox Business, Charles Gasparino, and these guys are doing great reporting on the SEC and crypto and the Ripple lawsuit and so forth. Charles Gasparino penned an article today talking about SEC's Gary Gensler passes the buck, calling him out on different things, crypto and even other things with traditional financial world with stocks, and Elizabeth Warren. And here's some graphics done by the Fox Business folks. And it says, Liz pet not doing the work. They're calling Gary Gensler Elizabeth Warren's pet. Oh man, I love this. When I saw this, I started bursting out laughing. What have I been calling Gensler for a long time? A puppet, the banker's puppet, right? Now they're saying he's Elizabeth Warren's pet, and we know the two are buddies, right? They both want to stop crypto and put roadblocks up. They're not winning. They're going to try to fight. We know that. But right now, a lot of bad PR, a lot of pressure from the media, a lot of pressure from retail investors, a lot of pressure from members of Congress, right? Just last week, we had a bipartisan group send a letter to Gensler asking to reduce the amount of paperwork that needs to be submitted from crypto companies and so forth. I love it. Both Democrats and Republicans calling out Gensler. And I think the Biden crypto executive order was a big loss for the likes of Warren, who's trying to push a lot of FUD, right, with crypto sanctions and all kinds of nonsense. So this is pretty cool. Now, finally, guys, Charles Hoskinson kind of refuted here with a meme, that a report that Cardano is exploring a token burn mechanism according to its latest development update. So Charles shot it down saying this is crap. It's not real. So, could they possibly enable this in the future? Maybe. We'll see what happens. But right now, that's not the case. So if you guys heard about this and, it's fake news, essentially. All right, guys, that's the news. I'm looking forward to a bullish week. I'm hoping, I could be wrong, so I want to make sure you guys don't take this as financial or investment advice, but rather let's look at the possibility, the theories here. My hope, my guys, is that we find that breakout upwards. Maybe we hear the El Salvador news, with their volcano bond, and then the Honduras news. These things will all, I think, trigger the bullish momentum. So we'll see what happens. Let me know what you guys think. Do you think this is the start of an upward movement for Bitcoin's retracement? Leave your thoughts and comments below. Hit the thumbs up button, share this video. If you're listening on a podcast site, please once again give me a 5-star rating. Thank you guys. Appreciate it. Talk to you all later.